We should be live. So good morning. I'm hoping we are. We should be.
You think we're on?
It said we're connected.
Okay. All right.
Unless
good
it
morning.
lied to me.
I'm Carl Mingers. This is Aaron Burns. We are Main Age Realty. All right.
I got the notification. We're good.
I don't have that notification on my chirpy little phone. Oh, well.
Why isn't it on silent, mister?
You know, this technology stuff, that's crazy. Episode 222, March 17th, 2023, St. Patrick's Day. I didn't wear green today, so I have to have some green on my watch. So, nobody's pinching me. Miss Purple. You could
It's
be
maroon.
Professor Plum
It's maroon.
in the library with the candlestick,
I could be.
Oh, man, it's beautiful outside today. Yesterday we had the monsoon rain.
It was miserable and cold.
Oh, it was great. I went and got new hearing aids yesterday.
Right.
So I'm going down Western Avenue. Everybody's in the center lane because the road is flooded.
Right.
Okay. And it's just inching along. So, of course, I'm in the Rover. So I just lifted a couple inches and I just go through the water past everybody for a half a mile. I mean, it was no big deal at all.
That's what I like about the truck. I'm like,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it's
It's like the fast lane without.
everybody was acting like it was a real flood or something. But there was a lot of rain yesterday,
Some of
which
those
we could
areas
use
get deep, but not deep enough that
Well, not where I was at.
freak
it
out.
It was just curb deep.
Not bad.
Oh well. All right. Well, what is happening in real estate today?
Lots.
Lots of commercial stuff going on.
Yes.
Development in Mustang and Yukon is still hot and heavy.
There's
You know?
stuff. I mean, there's still stuff in the Oklahoma
How
City
many
metro.
houses can they build before we just run out of room out here?
I'd rather have houses than apartments.
Apartments are the big thing right now as far as
They are.
investments go. The multifamily, there's funding available for
I
that.
get it. There's a need for stuff like that, but what sucks is
It's rough on the school.
Yeah, it overwhelms the school because you get a neighborhood and it's still you could have 100 neighborhoods in a home and you'll still have less kids than you would in a apartment complex.
Right. No.
And that's not my concern, especially for like Mustang. Our schools are already pretty full. I know Yukon's is getting full, so schools definitely need to catch up to all the building.
Yeah, it's official. Our commercial property at 29th and Sarah Road, southwest 29th and Sarah Road,
Yes.
is officially under contract with OnQ. They're putting their sign up today or tomorrow, actually.
Awesome.
So that's, you got the Brahms on the south side of the
Just to say,
street.
tell
We'll
people
have
where that's
one of the
at.
largest OnQs on the north side of the street. Hopefully it'll have all the kitchen deal, or the grill, I guess you could
Right.
call it, and all that stuff. So that's exciting.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited about the quick trip coming down here. So
Yep. That's everybody's talking electric cars, electric trucks, electric this, electric that. They're sure building gas stations like gas is going to be around for a while. It may be $8 a gallon if we keep it up at the rate it's going.
but we need it. Could
Have you bought a soda pop lately?
No.
Oh my gosh, just a bottle of Coke is almost $3.
But I bought a sweet. Well, it wasn't sweet tea. It was unsweet. But yeah, a bottle of that. Of course, we were in Dallas Fort Worth, but I was like, "This is how much."
Just the prices of stuff, that I read the report this morning that inflation has been reduced for. Excuse me a second. Hey Keith,
So y'all get to
I'm at
listen
the
to
office
phone
doing a
call.
recording. Okay. Okie doke. Thanks. We just made arrangements for the moving.
So that
to the new
comes into
office.
one of our topics. So next month we're not going to do a show on the first Friday because it's Good Friday.
Yeah.
Did I
Right.
get that holiday right? And then the next Friday, we might not be set up, so we're just going to go ahead and not do any for April. Any shows for April.
Yes.
So we'll see you guys
April's
again
going
in
to
May.
be crazy. Of course,
we're-
I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's like, y'all are moving. Bye.
No, no.
No, she's spot on.
I'm trying to be, get alongable on all this stuff, but by golly, I'm suffering from a serious case of ADD. Adventure deficit disorder,
You're
You know.
ADHD.
whatever.
Either way, we're moving out of this temporary location to our next semi-permanent location. It won't be our forever home, but it's more permanent than this for now.
Well,
So-
and I've been telling people for a while now, going into this recession, and now even the news is finally saying, yes, we're going into a recession. By the time the news has decided it, we've already been in one for a while.
Right.
Okay. Reduce cost, reduce debt. There's a lot of things you can do to come out on top or survive and maybe come out on top during the recession. It's going to hurt a lot of people, a lot of middle class people, every poor person out there. So, prepare. What is it? Better to prepare and prevent than repair and repent?
Well, and so you wasted a little bit of money to be prepared versus being hurting if it does happen.
Right.
So
How'd we get off on that topic?
I think it had to do with the key on the toilet.
Okay,
I heard that.
that's
I was
right,
like,
yeah.
that's a great place to
Yeah,
put a key.
the top secret place to hide the key is on the toilet.
During the live stream.
So if I could hear it, everybody else might have heard it. So yes, the key's in the toilet or on the toilet. Hopefully on, not in.
I can hear everything with these new hearing aids. I mean, you haven't had to holler at me
I
all
don't have to
morning.
yell. It's so nice.
Oh, the greatest thing about these hearing aids is somebody can speak Spanish into my phone and it speaks English into my hearing aids. Yeah, wicked bad. I'm telling you.
I'll have to test this.
Right? I'm like, hold on.
Technology is amazing. What all's coming
It
on?
is.
They got AI installed, so I can ask my hearing aids a question and it will read me the answer. Yeah. Just so if I seem smarter, it's because of my ears. Okay.
Because the robot in his head.
Yeah. E equal MC squared.
People are like, they're crazy. They're
Right.
crazy.
Okay, back to real estate.
Right.
Oh man, we got the big project on 109th Street.
Yes.
Starting this week. That's a rescue rehab.
I'm meeting the carpet people Monday, and then the contractors will be there Tuesday or Wednesday.
All right. And I'm
Termite.
excited to get that done. A beautiful property, beautiful house. We'll get it updated and
I'm excited to see what it looks like without the crazy paint colors.
whoever was remodeling that house in the beginning watched way too much HGTV. And the color schemes, oh my gosh.
Was bright. Bright poppy colors. At least it wasn't neon.
Yeah, well, it was not. It was not. They were remotely neutral colors that none of them matched each other.
They were bright. They were bright, though.
It was crazy.
What'd she call the one? Miami Dolphin?
Yeah.
Because it was like the Miami Dolphin. And that's
Blue,
not really
right, aqua,
blue, but
whatever.
it's like, yeah.
But we were able to help her out.
Yes.
Jean was a wonderful individual to work with. That's exciting stuff to do. We purchased her house, give her time to move out, made everything as simple for her as possible.
Yep. And we've had a couple we've talked to that we've talked to them about listing because that was their best option. Because we, if we can't help them and they need more
Well, we
money.
can help them one way or another. It just
Well, I meant,
if it's better for them to retail it.
that's what I'm saying. We can't help them by buying it, but
Right.
we can help them by or finding someone to buy
But
it.
you
We
know,
can
like
retell
some
it.
of them, you know, they need the cash before they move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's where we come in. You know, there's just 101 different situations, and that's why we have to analyze every single one to meet the client's expectations and their needs. So,
Right.
what are you doing on your phone?
Okay, so I'm looking
You
at the stats
transcribing something here?
Christine sent us because we were talking about. Because in doing this, we've been getting a lot of people that I have it listed for sale. So for sale by owner, we'll refer it to a FSBO. Because they need X amount and we can't get. But after running comps, if they were to list it with a realtor, they would still walk away with what they wanted after paying commission, closing costs. Their closing costs, not the other side's closing costs and stuff. So we were just looking at the stats for the percentage of buyers that use realtors. That's their own 75%.
Hard to read and do a show at the same time.
I know. So wait,
Glad
first
we're not chewing
time
gum.
versus repeat. Okay, so 26% of home buyers are first-time home buyers.
Okay,
First-time home buyers median age is 26.
reasonable.
Median repeat buyers 59.
Interesting.
So that's interesting. Yeah. So most people buy in their 20s or 30s and don't don't move again until 60s.
Yeah, well, most people, you know, in I call it the olden days. Say 10 years ago, people moved every roughly 5 years. Now it's 7 to 10 years.
Yeah, we've
Okay,
been on ours almost
people
12.
just tend to get comfy and want to stick around or save up a little bit more before they go to
well,
their
like
next
in our case,
home.
I don't want to move just to move to get out of the house we're ready to move on from, just to wait to find the house we
Right.
want to be in because I hate
Exactly.
moving. Okay, so I found it. 86% of buyers purchase their home through a real estate agent or broker, so a realtor.
Right. So if you list your home with a realtor, then I would say you got a 86% better chance, or
Right.
just a better chance of getting it sold quickly and easily. There's a ton of paperwork, and there's a lot of stuff that say for sale by owners don't understand about, like the disclosures. I mean, you have to disclose and be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
this whole business is about disclose.
CYA, people are so happy.
Right, and if you hide something, it can come back and bite you for years.
Well, here's a good one. It said recent sellers typically sold their homes for 100% of listing prices, and 38% reported reducing the asking price at least once. So, depending on the market, you might have to reduce it if you're not priced accordingly to begin with, or if the market goes down before you get it sold.
That's why we do a lot of research to come up with the listing price.
Yes.
Okay, and we want to get the client as much money as possible. That's
And
what
we
it's all
track
about.
it. So if you've been on the market and we're not under contract within 30 days, we're going to look at the area and see if it's because now you're overpriced. Because that can happen. Some areas and markets change pretty quickly. We've seen it where it changes week to week almost. And then we've seen others where they'll stay pretty
Right.
consistent no matter what. And then
Here
they'll
in Mustang and
fluctuate.
Yukon, 30-year-old houses are bringing $165 to $170 a square foot. You can go buy brand new ones for roughly the same price. May not be the same quality or whatever, but and there's neighborhoods not that far away that are $120 a square
Right.
foot. It's crazy. In certain neighborhoods, it's hard to comp because nobody wants to move from them.
Yeah, it's
People
very-
move in and they stay. We were having trouble comping one of the rescue properties we were looking at because it's mostly an older
Yeah.
neighborhood and everybody stays. They've all been there, 10, 15, 20 years. And that's great because most of those folks take care of their yards until they
Right.
can't anymore. They generally have very nice properties.
And that's the other thing comping a house isn't, well, my neighbor's house or that one down the street sold for 250, so mine should sell for 250. It's not how we base price on square footage. So theirs could have been,
Yeah, it was
100
1,800 square feet.
yeah, or something.
And
and
versus 1,500 square feet. So you got, and I don't like going out more than a half a mile on a comp. I like to stay in the same neighborhood as much as possible. You know, where appraisers will go out a couple of miles, they'll shrink the criteria down and go way out of the area, and that really doesn't.
And that can hurt because you could be
Oh,
in a
yeah.
good neighborhood, but have one, half a mile away that's not as nice as the neighborhood you're in.
Right. And same square footage, same whatever. It just,
But
yeah.
it sells for $20 a square foot less than what this neighborhood comps
Mm-hmm.
for.
And people are smart. They drive through these neighborhoods and they can tell, hey man, these people that take care of their yards. This neighborhood here, that's a rental neighborhood. Half the cars are up on blocks, whatever. It's just people are smart, and and when you drive around looking at properties, as investors, when I'm driving around looking at neighborhoods, I'm looking at all that stuff. How well the trees are trimmed.
I tell my
I
clients
wanna-
that all the time. Do your research and drive around the neighborhoods you're interested in.
Exactly.
It matters.
It does.
And then another thing with listing on your own as an owner, you got to deal with scheduling showings, open houses, marketing, photos, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Whereas if you're working,
If you don't want people coming in your house, and I certainly understand that, as a FSBO, or for sale by owner, you have to be there to walk them through the house, and you got to hear them tear your house apart.
right?
Us as realtors, we're responsible for those people. We got to make sure they're not going through your bathroom cabinets and all that stuff. We have to make sure it's locked up afterwards. We have to be on our toes about the whole thing.
Well,
And there's times I won't even deal with the client if they're shady, or I'm not going to risk my seller's property. If I don't
well, that
trust.
or your own person. Like if I'm interviewing, because it's an interview when you're working with buyers or sellers. If I don't feel comfortable, I'm not going to work with them buying or selling. And if I don't feel comfortable, I'm not going to be comfortable taking them to a house to show it to them or whatever. So that's part of it. So, not everybody's like, it's a buyer or seller, but it's my reputation, my business on the line.
Exactly.
So I
And
take
this is
pride in that.
definitely a reputation-based business. People that are in it for a long haul protect their reputation.
Well, and I'm
at
not
all
so
costs.
money hungry that I'm going to deal with somebody I feel is unethical or doesn't give off the right vibe. I'm not sure,
Right.
Because there's those people
Exactly.
that you're just like, it's not worth safety. Safety of
I've always
somebody's
said that
house.
all of our agents, you have really grown as an agent once you have fired a client. We work so hard getting a client. We don't want to let them go, but if they don't match your ethics and everything else, once you've fired them, you're like, okay, I'm not working with you anymore. That's a huge step.
Well,
as a realtor.
you do a lot with these people. You spend a lot of time with them.
Mm-hmm.
We talk finances, money. There's a lot of things we deal with. So
Get
if you
familiar
can't-
with their kids, their
if
likes.
our
their,
personalities even don't
Mm-hmm.
mesh, that there's going to be conflict or feel like there's going to be an issue, then
Right.
I'd rather refer them off to somebody they're going to work better with than
Mm-hmm.
deal or make them feel like it was a bad transaction or anything, whether it was or not.
Right. Well,
So-
goodness
We're
gracious,
getting yelled
we've
at.
been on
We
here
gotta
20
go.
minutes.
I know.
Golly,
Well, you did have a phone call, so how
okay.
much time did that
We'll
eat
add
up?
another 5. Okay. Well, what else is going on?
Nothing. Just the move. And then we'll see him in May. Told you we're getting in trouble.
Yeah, well, it helps us to have an audience, even if they are mean.
I'm well trained.
All right. Well, I think we'll get off of here and
Good morning, Dan. He
I
was
don't know where that
watching.
building is. It's St. Patrick's Day. Go out and pinch somebody if they're not wearing green, right?
Sure.
We are Main Edge Realty, where we do real life, real world real estate.